6:30. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. There we go. Finally, it's loading. Just had to clear the cache, guys. Just had to clear the cache. What do we have in store today? SPX above 5,000. 5,000 will be support. Potential for 50.25 today. Maybe even more. 50.30. But 50.25 would probably be the first resistance you run into moving up. Bigger time frame wise. Let's see. I need to load the one without anything on this chart really quick. Hold up. 4 hour. Let's see. This is a tough one today, I'll be honest. 3:30 in New Zealand. Man, that is some dedication. Thank you. Is that when so that's when markets open for you, but damn. Guys, look at what we got yesterday. Shit. Look at what we got. We hit the reload. Oh my god, the face cam hasn't even been on. I'm trolling. Okay, there we go. Boom, baby. We back. You know that that TikTok meme of them like some guy was like, oh, it was that like my boyfriend's a ex MMA fighter or something, and then it's who's the Jake Gyllenhaal when the police one comes up and he's like fucking flashing his gun and his knife. Yeah, it's me flashing my Zins. Weed smokers couldn't even handle the Zins. I don't know what to think today. I'm thinking, whoa, 5,000 is probably just support. So most likely a day of chop, which is good because today's actually a filming day. So I shouldn't really be trading when everyone gets here. So I hope it chops. I hope it chops. Is market overall even today? Okay, AMD, Nvidia red, Google red. Why is Google so red? Yeah, why is Google so red? NQ dumping. 5,000 support, I guess. That's Ow. How's the ARM doing? Snore. SMCI. Holy balls, this thing's at almost 1,000, bruh. It was at like 600. What the fuck? What is so good with SMCI, guys? Tell me. Somebody tell me. Bro, what a rip yesterday, right? Isn't that crazy? Like, just looking at this, and if we just based it off of what we talked about in the morning yesterday, what a fucking rip. Like, we had good moves down, don't get me wrong, but at that end of day rip was freaking McNasty. From low all the way till close, a 37-point rip to the upside. That shit was wild. Oh, SMCI is AI related. Boring. I'm tired of this AI stuff, guys. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge technology guy. I'm like a Gen Z, but I think technology is so fucking boring. Sorry, I was reading something from Mitchell. But yeah, yesterday was crazy. The funniest thing is like there's a few days where it's like a Gex level doesn't leave even though we pull away from it, and it just rips to that direction. Like yesterday, don't get me wrong. Like we called out that 5,000 Gex divergence, so I was saying like 5,000 is possible. And we got to here, I was like, okay, this is pretty easy. Then we just fucking shit the bed, and I was like, well, okay, but then that divergence still showed when we were around that 75 area. So I was like, huh. And then as we got higher, it still showed. March 15th, 1,200. 80% of SMCI products are AI products more than NVIDIA. Interesting. Schwab is lagging for me. Anyone else? Yesterday's SPY low was a dark pool level. Interesting. Yesterday's SPY low, this SPY low was close to a gap fill. And then yesterday, I'm like LeBron with the tape, so I remember we had 65 line in the sand, right? We had 85 AOI, right here, give or take, right? 85. We'll just do it like that. And then we had 5,000 Gex divergence, which is crazy. So like these were the main levels, and I know we had a level at 75 as well, in AOI, not an AOI, but just a positive wall at 75. So like if you go into your day, right? And you're sitting there and you're like, okay, what are the SPX levels for today going to be? Then you go back and you chart all your bullshit. It's not necessary because you have all the levels. If you look at this, it respected every single level going in, right? You had your line in the sand, which is the Gex flip. This was the only one where the relation is here, I think. Potential gap fill and dark pool, which dark pool also on the dashboard, right? But when I was looking at this, okay, Gex level respected, line in the sand respected, 75 level obviously respected, right? Respected right here, and then we finally broke through. 85 most definitely respected, right? You had here, you got close here, you got close here, and then we finally ripped above. Then obviously the other one is the 5,000 Gex divergence, right? So my thing is one thing that I can suggest to everyone is if there is a level that hasn't been hit in the day, divergence, right? Oh shit, there we go. Right, if there's a level on the Gex chart that's huge and it hasn't been tapped in the day, and no matter where the fuck we go and we don't tap it, that is a strong sign that, okay, at some point we're going to tap it today. Right? So let's say, for example, we never hit 25. We never hit this 25. And even at 12 o'clock, we're sitting at 5,000, right? And 25 is showing still in the size. What you can do is Lotto of 50-20, because we might just tap 25. And 50-20, we're 20 points out with an hour. Those contracts are cheap. Right? Take like $100. Fuck me. Ow. But you guys get what I'm saying? Is like, if that level never disappears, right? Why the fuck not just full send that one and just lotto it, right? Because the odds that we go to it are relatively high. This is a perfect example, right? We were down here. We were right here towards the end of the day. This is about 11 o'clock. And 5,000 was still showing. And we're all the way at 65. Right? And 5,000 is still showing. You could have lottoed to 49.90. And that was probably $80, $120 maybe. Right? And then they would have went $10 in the money. It would have been $80, $120. And they would have went in the money by $10. Yeah, I'll be honest. I really don't pay attention to dark pool. That's just me. I know Hassan uses it, and I know a lot of people use dark pool. I just never personally used it myself. God, my fucking back hurts from yesterday. But yeah, you guys get what I mean from yesterday's action. Hopefully it makes sense. So let's go into marking today's, right? We have 5,000 Gex support. So positive support. Positive Gex. Next one is 50-25. Positive Gex as well. And then we can just take this, paste another one. Coordinates 30. Boom. Those are your levels for today. Vana 50-50 negative. That's a little bit far for my. Oh. Gex divergence question mark. We'll leave that for now. We have a 5,000 positive wall as well. So on Vana. So stats. Let's pull up the 5,000 call. For SPIX, or 5,000 put, sorry. 5,000 put is currently at -0.35. Minus 0.3. So as we pull up, what happens is that Vana impact will come into effect, right? Comprende? Will Hassan do another masterclass or be a guest on your class? The odds that Hassan comes on, little to none. I can ask him. I'll shoot him a message and we'll see if he gets back to me. All right, I just sent him a message. We'll see if he responds. Okay, yeah. So these are your levels for today. I think that we're gonna end up sticking with this level or like this data set. So we'll just take that out. But as we get lower, obviously this positive VANA doesn't come into effect. We need to go higher in order for this delta to hit minus 0.20. $20 NQ down, SPX up. Once again, what are we seeing? Downtrend, right? Then you go back to SPX. What are we seeing? Uptrend. One of these days, not the greatest day to trade. Not one of the greatest days to trade because they're both moving in opposite directions, right? If the indices are moving in opposite directions, the odds are you'll probably get either chop or one will lead, and then the other one will end up following later on. So we'll see which one happens. Is 5005 split? Is 5005 a split? No, the 5005 is negligible. What the? There we go. Okay. This is a daily. Dark pool should be complement your VP. $6 billion is 25,000 contracts of SPY traded at a single price point in the day. Huh. That is quite a few contracts. 25,000. That could cover a whole a volume chain. I have NQ open on my other chart. We're going to see what happens here. Yeah, NQ is still moving to the downside here. Okay, well, we'll see what happens here. Rookie question. The gamma exposure we see in the dashboard, is that GEX the one that retails fund EDC have, meaning market dealers have just the opposite, or is that GEX exposure the one market dealers have? That is the one that market dealers have. Because keep in mind, like most retail traders aren't really gonna have like a portfolio for gamma exposure, right? It takes a lot of capital in order to I guess be hedging that way. So it's tracking dealer positioning. Or is that, yeah, I answered that one already. 81 people. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. I'm really supposed to cut out a piece of black, what do you call that? Construction paper, and then put it on the back because the red wall is kind of ugly, but it is what it is. A little bit lazy to cut it out. Plus, I need to go get painter's tape to tape it so I don't rip off the paint on the wall. That's some cute looking again. Trying to make a comeback. But tech sector is weak. Nvidia down 1.4%. 1.2%, sorry. Google down 3%. If Google retraces up, it should be a relatively free. Thank you, no problem. Above 501.5, SPY is low VP. That's also between GEX 20. The red wall is kind of iconic. Yeah, at this point it is. Apex algo. Let's swap this so I can see some VP levels. Hourly doesn't show much, but there's not that much volume up here anyway. So we're at all-time highs. Let's see what 15 shows. Low volume. 50-20, I guess, has some low volume nodes. 25, I wouldn't mind taking for sure. Yeah, 25, I wouldn't mind taking for sure. There's also this. That is also one thing that we're watching. So pretty neutral bias today, personally. I think we're gonna chop. Look at that rejection. Gross rejection. NQ still dropping. Shit, son. Yeah, more so. Okay, I'm more so leaning towards a bearish bias. So I think looking for shorts will be more ideal today. Yeah, NQ rejected that fib quite perfectly, like on a bigger time frame too. See. Oh, nice. Went short last night. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I remember. Who was I saying it to? Someone. I think I said it in chat. Might have been a different Discord, but I think I said something along the lines of. I think that was. I think I sent it in our Discord. Forget exactly. It was on something. Did we have class yesterday? Or is class today? Class today. Today's Thursday. Dude, I'm losing track of the days. Yeah. Okay. So I said it sometime. I said it sometime. I forget when I said it. Okay, well, we're sitting here. NQ rejected. ES hasn't. If you wanted to, you could take next week's like Friday puts. Wouldn't be a bad choice. Stop loss would be pretty wide. 20 points on ES. So, what it looks like on SPY bigger time frames. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad short. You could just put stop losses above, like a hold above this level. So it'd pretty much be $1 at this point. Yeah, like $1 stop loss on SPY. I'd grab next week cons or something where you can hold. Fib take profit is kind of up to you. I always trim at the 0.5. I always suggest trimming at 0.5. I think trimming at 0.5 is always safer. So 497. So you could go short here on next week contracts, trim at 497, and then let the rest run with stops at break even. What is ES at? Stop loss is 20 points. How many lots can I size for that today? We just started a funded account for Traderlink. Try to see if I can pass this one. We'll see how that one goes. Because this one is a smaller account. It was I think it's 100K. Yeah, it's 100K. Yesterday I traded it up 600 on this, 680 on this funded account. I passed one yesterday as well. So now working on the second one. Yeah, with these two diverging, it's hard to play, in my opinion, truly. I don't think it's a good setup. Plus, we have 5,000 support, obviously, so it's like not very good R to R. Right, we're sitting at 507. 5,000 is only 7 points, so I would just wait to see if we get a 25 tap. If we get a 25 tap, that's likely the area I would end up going short. Like, hopefully it lines up with fibs. Let's see. 25 is slightly higher. So 25 would be around here. So my thought process going into this is, okay, if we do push up to 25, I want to see a wick on the 15-minute and then a close below, right? So long as we tap 25 and we get a wick or 25.30 and we get a wick and close below this, I wouldn't mind going short. But other than that, I would suggest waiting. If you wanted to, you could definitely enter now. I would just buy next week's contracts. I don't think we get the movement that you're looking for today. Does that make sense, guys? What dates are your GEC exposure set on? They're set for today. I'm actually going to flip it to today and tomorrow. Because if this trade is going to be planned for a longer time frame, for say next week, I do want to see tomorrow, see 5,000 GECs. So I would 5,000 GECs on OPEX is most definitely support. So once again, bad R to R, right? 7 points down, that's it for your first trim. Why did you put it? Because I'm doing it for Traderlink right now. Traderlink can't take on the risk because our data costs are so high. So we have our float to pay off the extra data costs just in case we get hit with anything like significant. And then, so Traderlink's company account will be a funded account. Yeah, we have our float to cover data costs, but it's obviously, as everyone knows from that one article from a few months ago, it's pretty expensive. So, and on top of that, like I think people forget how expensive data can be sometimes. Like that was only part of it. Like on a month-to-month basis, like last month's data costs were 15 plus 18,000, 33,000. So for funded accounts so I have a friend who trades funded accounts and he does them a lot. And he says his suggestion for the safest one is Top Step because they've been in the game for a while. And I think they're doing an EOD drawdown. So like it's not like a trailing drawdown like Apex because I know a lot of people use Apex, but most people use Apex so they can like stack like 40, 50 accounts. Like there's Brett Simba who uses funded accounts, and he runs like 20 of them at the same time. But yeah, they're not that bad. I think they're well. One of my friends, he got like a lot of money from payouts. That's just off that dark pool level and Q. There's this one here. Bouncing right off the 50%. Max is 20 Apex accounts? Okay, so 20. So like imagine running 20 of them and you do like 2 lots each. That's 40 lots total. You catch like a 40-point move, 20 accounts times $20 per, or no, sorry. It's $20 for every dollar. So it's 20 accounts times 40 if you're running 2. That's $800 per every dollar that NQ moves. Let's say you catch like a 20-point move times 20. That's already $16,000. So for to run multiple funded accounts makes sense. And keep in mind your risk is very low, right? 20 funded accounts times, I don't know how much does Apex charge. Probably like $50 times 50. You risk like 1,000, anywhere between like 1,000 to 3,000 for quote unquote unlimited potential. But Apex is a lot harder to pass. Through my personal experience with that trailing drawdown, you have to have like a perfect exit, which I think is a load of garbage. NQ is still just dropping. My goodness. Yes, let's see. Still holding. Once again, my suggestion is go spies next week, next Friday, something like that. You can take some puts here, right? And then trim at this 0.5. So from what are we at on SPY? We're at 500. Yeah, we were at 500. Trim at 497.2, 497.1. But you got to keep in mind that 5,000 support. It's tough to take an entry here. So I think today is one of those days like, okay, if you miss QQQ, sit out. Do I normally? No, I usually have it for 0 DTE, but since OPEX is tomorrow, I have it set for both days. Yeah, SPY's just bouncing. I would be weary. It's just not a great trading setup with just 5,000 being literally minus 30 plus 30 on both positive and negative GEX. So it's just not a very ideal setup in my personal opinion. If anything, I would, if you have a bias for today, I wouldn't buy 0DT. I would go for next week's. You could do like next Wednesday, next Friday, could even do Monday. But I would stray away from Monday personally. I would do Wednesdays or Fridays. Once again, right, our expectation is a potential tap at 25, and we want a basically we want it to wick up to 25 on either the 5 or the 15, and then we kind of have our confirmation of, okay, we'll likely reject this and come down to 5,000. Yeah, with it set like this, it's not very ideal for a trade, personally. All right, if you're looking to practice becoming a better trader, these are one of the days where you likely should just sit out. It's hard to understand funded for me, so just trade my own. Oh yeah, funded is only futures, so it's like if you've never traded futures, it's kind of it's definitely something new. I will admit, it's a lot easier. And shout out Rumpel. He'd always told me about futures and like and why he likes it better. And I'm slowly understanding it more. Are you looking at an aggregated view of exposures to possibly go short next week? No, I'm just basing it upon getting next week's contracts so that you don't get burned from the chop. Aggregate is just today, tomorrow, that it was set at earlier. Mm-hmm. 90 people. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you. We're leaning bearish, so the plan is to just wait, guys. So if I'm leaning bearish, then why would I take trades long? Yeah, you can take a trade long, right? But I'm leaning more towards neutral, but more towards the bearish side, if that makes sense. So open to longs, but rather not take any, if that makes sense. Unless we get to 5,000, then I do think there's a good potential chance to long. If we tap 5,000 first, I wouldn't mind going long at 5,000. So I do think that will act like support. 100% will act like support. I think ES is about to push up here. NQ is making a comeback, that's why. We look at NQ, right? Watch ES here, making a move up. Can you do a class just on trading futures for funded accounts? I feel like that could be a whole class. Yeah, I mean, I can even just talk about it. It's not that much that goes into trading futures. Like, it's per tick. It's tick based, right? And there's 4 ticks for every dollar move in any futures. So it's like, I think if I remember correctly, for every dollar on ES, it's $50. So for every tick, it's like 12.5. Right, so you have $1, and each tick is like 25 cents. So you have $1 on ES is equal to $50 on like your futures. So for every dollar that it moves, you get $50, right? And then that breaks down into every tick. 1 tick is equal to $12.5. Does that make sense? That's kind of what we're basing it on, or like just going off of that, what funded futures. So we went with for the Traderlink account, we went with ETF because I think they're having a really big sale. They still went with it. Or ETF. Is it ETF? What is it called again? Yeah. That's the one. They're having a really big sale. So then this is the one that we went with. How do I? No, this is the wrong one. Trader funding. Why did it do that? Yeah, this one. Wait. Bro, what the fuck did we go with? Okay, what? Okay, this is the one that we went with. View evaluations. We did the EOD drawdown because it's the easiest, and it's only $75 right now. Or, well, we went with this one. 100k eval, because you honestly don't need more than fucking 14. You don't need more than 5. You don't need even more than 3 to make like good money. But yeah, this is the one we went with. It was 100k. I don't have a fucking code for you guys, but if you want to give it a try, they have a free trial too. I don't know what the free trial one is, but you guys can try this fast track account. So it's a 250k fast track account. So if you go to evaluations, fast track, I don't even know what this is. Click for more details to read all the rules. Fast track accounts. Oh, so fast track is trailing drawdown. That's no thanks. They base it upon your unrealized, which is a trailing drawdown, which I'm not a huge fan of. Okay, yeah, NQ's making a move up. Like right now, I took a long on NQ, but on the funded account. But I'm not. Once again, this is just scalping. Like, see. and it's only one contract because the profit is pretty high or pretty low. How are they different from Apex? If you use so they're only different, in my opinion, if you do the end of day drawdown. That's like equivalent to Apex's static, but Apex only has one static like account that you can go with, and I think it's quite shit. It's like 2,000 profit target with a 600 fucking stop loss or max drawdown or something. So personally, not a huge fan of Apex. The only reason why they're so big is because they do multiple. They can do like I think they do the highest amount of accounts. Like this was the one I just passed yesterday in 2 days. Literally, days completed, 2 days. But now we're doing one for Traderlink as well again. So can you post the link in Discord? How are they different from Apex? Just the thing is, I don't want to suggest a funded account if it's not necessary, but like it's just in our Traderlink setup, right, where we can't risk trading the funds that we have just in case we have like a big data fucking bill that comes in, then we kind of have to wait. So, but funded ones, if you want a funded account, I still recommend Topstep. They're more expensive, but apparently they're I'm just going based off of my friend's recommendation of which one to use. Topstep, he's gotten payouts, so, and he's shown me, so his proof is in the pudding, so I'm kind of just watching his, or basing it upon his experience. If you caught that long, nice, huge. NQ's moving up. NQ, what is my entry? My entry is 17,844. Right here. Oops. Looking for shorts off 25, would you make sure that 30 is not growing? Yeah, I would wait for I would make sure 30 it doesn't grow or anything past 30. Did your trading style change from options to futures? For example, do you scalp more with futures than options? Hold on. When it comes to futures, I don't scalp as much. The reason I don't scalp as much is simply because you have no theta, right? It's either it hits my take profit or it hits my stop loss. That's kind of how I have it set up for futures, at least. I feel like that's the best way to go about it, to see if like you let your trade go and let it work, just to test your own skills. Kind of, it's like, okay, is my take profit a good place to take profit? Is my stop loss the right place for a stop loss? Right. Do you guys even want to see this move? Like, I can show you what it looks like on Trader for those who haven't. Here, we'll put it like here for now. So this is just one lot, right? So for every, believe for NQ, for every dollar is $20. Excuse me. So we're not even up that much, from 44 to 55. We're up like 10 points. Usually for NQ, I like going for anywhere between 20 to 40 points. I think 40 is kind of like the best. So once it gets up to here, I would just move my stop loss to break even. So sell one stop. If we push up, then I move it up to here. But we'll just set it at low of day. And then we'll set take profit for up here. And then if we move up, then I will move my stop loss. But there are instances where I would be like, okay, I think it's better to just get out of this trade and I'll just close it all. So I'm not going to say like, oh, I leave it every time for just the limit or the stop to hit. It's kind of just based upon what do you call it? What the market is showing. And I like NQ more just because it moves faster. That's literally it. My brain is, I'm very impatient human being, so I like the way NQ moves better than ES. So I'll base my trades off of ES. If ES hits price target first, then I'll close the trade, right? So if ES taps or SPX taps 25, then I'll exit, right? We have like 10 points more for SPX. 40 points on NQ between QQQ levels makes sense as a target. Yeah, it just makes it makes sense for now. I mean, there are instances where it's like, okay, NQ is running more, right? And obviously, we've all seen that where NQ runs harder than ES as of late. This is probably the first time where ES is leading in a very long time, but that's because NVIDIA, Google, AMD all down, Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon. So if we look at a heat map for NASDAQ, Tesla's the only thing that's green, like big green, right? Meta barely green. But I mean, you can see how big these ones are. Google, Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA. So all of these are red, right? In comparison to like, if we go to S&P 500, you have everything mostly green except for tech. Yes, you can integrate your account directly with TradingView. I believe you just go to the trading panel and then you can click Traderlink. SPX taking a rejection from 15. If we get break even on this one, I'm probably going to take it just because SPX is dumping. Q slightly off. Who is the trader you recommend to follow back on Twitter? Yeah, Desi, D-E. Sorry. Just look up Desi. D-Hezi. Why does it not let me type? That guy. I think he's great. He's a really great trader when it comes to futures. In my experience, he's one of the best futures traders I've seen in a very long time. How's SPX looking? Pop right back up. Okay, we don't have to close this then. How's NQ looking? Let's see. I connect this broker. Okay. Where's the login for this one? See if I can put it on this one. Guys, keep in mind, this is a funded demo account. So, like, failed login trading has not been entitled to access to your account. Okay, well, I can't connect it for whatever reason. Maybe that's just because with this one. It's with, so with Top Step, I know you can, and that's how I was trading it off of Top Step, but I guess this one doesn't allow you to connect it. So it's not working, but it is what it is. What do you have? What would you have as a stop shorting? See, my experience with futures, for those who know, like who's an OG and have been there with Gio and I, we used to short and long futures overnight with no stops. Yeah, you can ask Alejandro. He's been here and he's seen it since the very beginning. Like we used to trade futures with no stop overnight. Like that was my experience with futures. Then I found out like, okay, apparently with futures you're supposed to have a stop. So that was the tough part for me of like getting used to futures. Was like, okay, I do need a stop here because I usually trade with like literally no stop. Guess I'll leave this one up for now. Make this a little smaller. Make this bigger so you guys can see it. Good enough for now. So we have one lot running. Pretty sure there's a setting in Traderlink to allow. There is, but I don't usually. So I've logged in before with like my other one, with the one that I just passed. I was trading it on TradingView. Dude, we would size 5 lots with 0 liquidation. We played like the thing is I was trading futures on Thinkorswim because I didn't know about Traderlink at the time, and the margins on Thinkorswim was like $13,000 a lot. So for me, it was like, okay, that's not that bad. If I go 5 lots of ES and it goes down 10 points, 5 lots of ES times $50 per times 10. That was only a $2,500 loss for 10 points. 5,000 for 20, right? That wasn't that much in relation to the account size because it already took $13,000 for one lot of ES. So I do think we hit 25 on ES today, or SPX. It grew a lot larger, so it's only a matter of time. I'd like to see a wick above here, though, and then come back down still. For Traderlink, go to Settings, Add-ons. I'm not paying $5 for a fucking funded account a month. No wonder. Top Step allows you to do it all for free, by the way. In Apex, you need to be flat at end of day. Not sure for other props. It's probably the same. I wouldn't doubt it. For me, I think, what is the stop loss at? Minus 940. Okay. Yeah, but for, what's it called? Yeah, back then when we were trading, I was trading futures on TOS, so it was like 13,000 margin for one ES lot. And I was like, geez, or it was like 11,000, anywhere between 11 to 13. So it's not a big deal. Like the odds that I get liquidated are fucking slim to none. How long did it take me? It took me a couple of months. I'm not gonna say it took me like I was a quick learner. No, it took a while to understand all of it. They close your position at 410 EST, so 110 our time. Okay. SPX hard rejection here at 15 again. This small little hump couldn't get over. 15, 25, 30. 5,000 right here. I think NQ goes for low of day here. We're that close to it, so no need to add. Either one side hits. How many contracts on this one? Since it's like a very light drawdown, I think it's only like 2,200 max loss. I'm only trading one. So I thought it would be free because all the other ones that I've done, like Top Step at least, is free. But this one says it's not. Like you have to add-ons. It says it's $5. So I was like, okay, never mind. We do get back up here. We'll leave it for right here. Can run tight stops and futures, tight spreads. Usually trade with a 4-point stop on NQ and try to pinpoint entries at X levels. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at that because I have with NQ is like in SPX. Obviously I want to see them move going like together, but if they're not, they're not, right? It is what it is. Like usually NQ is leading, but today NQ is not leading. ES is leading. Right, if ES goes down here, NQ is going to hit low of day. That's my expectation. If we break below the support here. No, this one is ETF, Elite ETF, Elite Trader Funding. Yeah, or funded, I don't know. $64. I wouldn't mind a quick 20 points. It comes out. Yeah, if SPX closes down. Why is it so slow at loading? Yeah, there goes the flush. Short bias, but I went long, trolling myself, but I'm going for a quick couple points here. If it comes back up, we'll take it right here, just to get out of this position. There we go. Now ES is popping, but NQ is not. Wait, opposite. NQ is popping back up, but ES isn't. So we'll see. I think for now, let's flip through everything else. AMD, chopping. NVIDIA, trying to make a comeback here. Not doing so well. Google is falling. Microsoft's still low day. So this is going to flush here. Do you think SPX goes for 25? It'll probably tap 5,000 for support. Yeah, it didn't let me connect. I would love to not be on 2 fucking brokerages at once. That's why I've kept it on this side. So I'm going to be able to watch both here. If we hit low of day, it'll stop me out. I'm closing out of NQ for this light loss. I'm not going to sit through that. Because ES is dropping, so NQ is going to go for low day. We'll wait till long ES if ES can tap 5,000 or SPX taps 5,000. Kind of just waiting. We'll just wait for it to hit a side. Once it hits a side, we'll flip. Five more points on ES for 5,000 support. What does it look like on the VP? Let's see. We have a low volume node here. So right at 5,000 would not be a bad long. So we'll wait for that. We have the low volume node. Why is this line here? Resistance. This hourly looks fucking awful, eh? Do you tend to use time of day as a guidance when reversals are likely to happen? I tend to find they're more likely to occur on the half-hour interval. No, I don't really pay attention to time intervals. The only time interval that I pay closer attention to is the 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock candles. I think those are always pretty big. ES is just chopping and Q is just chopping, so we wait. Was 5,005 AOI? No, that was from yesterday, or a couple days ago. $25, $30. $5,000. Already 742. If NVIDIA recovers, this is the one thing I see with NVIDIA though. We can invalidate this, ES and NQ will both pick up. Would the GEX flip at 49.75 be major resistance? It would be more like support because we're approaching from below or above, sorry, right? Wouldn't be resistance, it'd be support. Kind of just sitting ducks waiting for this 5,000 level to tap, right? either 5,000 or 50-25, whichever one comes first, we will play that side. Other than that, not much today. That's probably the play of the day. I'd probably just leave you guys with that. If 50-25 comes, short it. If 5,000 comes, long it. Pretty much it for today. Waiting. Wait and see. I should get food before Mitchell gets here. Bro, this PA is garbaggio. Eighty-two people. Guys, I think I'm just gonna end it here. There's not much happening. Just watching paint dry. One of those days to just call it early. If 5,000 hits, long it. If 50-25 hits, short it. That's what I'll leave you guys with. Hopefully that'll give you some sentiment for today. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the stream here. I have to start getting ready for filming. So thank you for tuning in, and as always, keep moving forward. We have a class today. We'll go over some case study stuff at 5 p.m. today. So see you guys then. Everyone have a great rest of your